Hello everyone. Today we are going to start next topic, that is pistil, megasporangium and megasporogenesis. In our previous lecture we have discussed about different topics like as stamen, microsporangium, microsporogenesis and structure of pollen grain. Today we are starting first topic, pistil or female reproductive organ of a flower. So let's start. First point, pistil or gynosium. Female reproductive organ of a flower is known as pistil or gynosium, and it is very important related to production of female gametes or female gametophyte, like as carpel. Gynosium unit or unit of gynosium is known as a carpel. Some plants are multicarpellary and some plants are uh, unicarpellary. That means polycarpellary or unicarpellary conditions are found in a flower. Okay. In polycarpellary condition, if all carpels are fused with each other, then it is called as syncarpus. And if all carpels are independent from each other, then it is known as a uh, apocarpus condition. So we'll discuss in this lecture what is polycarpellary condition, what is syncarpus, what is apocarpus condition, what is unicarpellary condition, and then we'll discuss about megasporangium or ovule structure and then megasporogenesis. Student, carpel has three parts: stigma, style and ovary. Upper part is known as stigma. I will explain by this point through diagram. So stigma, style and ovary. These are three parts related to carpel. Stigma is upper part which provides platform to pollen grains during pollination, and style is elongated middle part, and then swollen basal part of each carpel is known as a ovary, in which ovule, one or multiple ovules are present, and then in inside we can say that ovule embryo sac is also present. In embryo sac egg cell is present. So we can explain this point by diagram. Ovary, it has many ovules or one ovule, and ovule is also known as megasporangium. These are attached inside the ovary by a structure placenta. So ovarian cavity is known as a locule. Ovarian cavity is known as a locule, in which placenta is present, and each ovule is attached by the ovarian cavity or inner side the ovarian wall through placenta. Number of ovules in an ovary may be one, for example wheat, for example mango, paddy, rice, in which only single ovule is present. So only single seeded fruit is formed after fertilization. And then in many plants like as multiple ovule are present, so multiple seeds having plants are like papaya, watermelon, orchids. These are some examples related to multiple ovules. So they have multiple seeds after fertilization. Fruit have multiple seeds, and some plants are monocarpellary and some plants are polycarpellary or multicarpellary. If we can say that thin carpus condition, that means pistils fused together, pistils fused together, and apocarpus condition means pistil or carpels are independent from each other and they are present inside the whole of androsium. So androsium, gynosium, calyx, corolla we have discussed in last lectures, and today only we are discussing about pistil, megasporangium and megasporogenesis point. So I will explain this point by diagram. It is diagram of a carpel. In which there are three parts: upper part is known as stigma. This is style and it is ovary. In each ovary, single or multiple ovules are present. If single ovule is present, then single seeded fruit is formed. This is ovule. Clear? And inside the ovule, it is ovule or megasporangium. Inside each ovule, embryo sac is present. Embryo sac is present. And in each embryo sac, 3 antipodal cells are present, 2 synergid cells are present, 1 egg cell is present, and 2 pollen nucleus are present. So it is megaspore or embryo sac in which 2 synergid cells are present, 1 egg cell, 2 polar nucleus, and 3 antipodal cells are present. So a mature embryo sac is 8 nucleate and 7 celled structure. It is polygonum type of embryo sac. So megasporogenesis process takes place inside the ovary. This is megasporangium, and megaspore are developed inside the megasporangium through meiosis cell division. It is called as megasporogenesis. Inside the ovary, megasporogenesis takes place in ovule, and then each megaspore, 4 megaspores are developed, in which only 1 megaspore convert into embryo sac. So basically embryo sac is female gametophyte of angiospermic plant. Remember this point. In angiosperms, female gametophyte stage related to embryo sac. And embryo sac is present inside the ovule. So it is female reproductive organ. Pistil is a female reproductive organ in which stigma, style, ovary, 3 parts are present. Stigma is upper swollen part, then style is middle stalk-like structure, and ovary is a basal swollen. Upper stigma is upper platform of a pistil, because pistil is a female reproductive organ and it provides platform to pollen grains. Style is stalk-like structure and this swollen structure is the ovary. So it is ovule. Ovule is also known as megasporangium. Megasporangium. And embryo sac is also known as female gametophyte. Female gametophyte. After development of female gametophyte, embryo sac is 8 nucleated and 7 cell structure. I will explain in next diagram. 8 nucleus, 1, 2, 3 antipodal nucleus. These are 2 polar nucleus, 1 egg cell nucleus, 2 synergid cell nucleus. Total 8 celled 8 nucleus are present in each female gametophyte or embryo sac. And this is central cell. It is central cell. These are antipodal cells. 3 antipodal cells are present. One egg cell and 2 synergid cells are present. Egg cells and synergid cells form egg apparatus. They form egg apparatus. It is important question. What is egg apparatus? This is micropylar end. At the micropylar end in embryo sac, 3 cells are present, 1 egg cell and 2 synergid cells, and they form egg apparatus, and it is helpful in fertilization process because synergid cells have specific tissue. It is called as filiform structure of filiform apparatus. filiform apparatus. And filiform apparatus provides direction to pollen tube during fertilization. So it is very important related to uh, fertilization process, because this filiform apparatus provides direction to pollen tube. इधर से ही pollen tube move करके अंदर की तरफ enter होती है एक सिनर्जिड से, जो डिजनरेट होती है उस सिनर्जिड से होते हुए वो अंदर जाती है, जिससे 2 मेल गैमेट उसके अंदर रिलीज हो जाएंगे। सो सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन को, फर्टिलाइजेशन को, डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन को एंजियोस्पर्म्स में समझने के लिए आपको ये दोनों डायग्राम कंपल्सरी है, आने चाहिए। एंड इट इज फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट एंड पोलन ग्रेन इज ए मेल गैमेटोफाइट। सो बेसिकली दिस इज सिंपल डायग्राम रिलेटेड टू मेगास्पोरेंजियम, like it is ovule. It is the related diagram to your NCERT book. Ovule is also known as megasporangium, in which megaspores are developed. Each ovule is formed by some specific structures, like a stalk-like structure is present on the base of a ovule. Some different types of ovule are present in some different angiosperms, like Anatropous, Orthotropous. This is Anatropous ovule, and Orthotropous, Hemianatropous, Thersinotropous, Campylotropous, Amphitropous. These are some examples I will discuss in next video. And this is Anatropous ovule diagram. In 90% of angiospermic families, this type of ovule is found. So it is included in your syllabus, Anatropous ovule. Students, in Anatropous ovule, you can see the basal structure is known as funicle. You know, funicle is stalk-like structure which is present on the basal part of each ovule. In ovary, you know, ovule is attached by a structure. It is called as placenta, and the placenta टिश्यू जो यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट होता है, प्लेसेंटा के थ्रू ओव्यूल जुड़ा हुआ है, और प्लेसेंटा से ओव्यूल किससे जुड़ा हुआ है? फ्यूनिकल से। तो जो बेसल पार्ट प्लेसेंटा से कनेक्ट करता है ओव्यूल को, वो है फ्यूनिकल। ये जो पार्ट है ये क्या है? फ्यूनिकल। जो प्लेसेंटा, या प्लेसेंटा मीन दिस इज अपर स्वोलन पार्ट इन ओवेरी, और उसके जस्ट ऊपर है फ्यूनिकल। देन सेकंड पॉइंट related to this diagram is hilum. Hilum. Hilum is a region or point in which we can say that it connects to ovule body with the funicle, and it is the junction between main ovule body and funicle. इनके बीच का ये जो junction है, ये it is called as hilum. So it is important question related to your syllabus, that is explain the structure of anatropous ovule with label diagram. So this is important diagram. Hilum is connection or junction between whole body of ovule and funicle. Okay, students. Next, these are integuments. Integuments are envelope or covers of a ovule. Integuments. There are two integuments, outer integument and inner integument are present. We can say that in some plants only one integument is present. They are known as unitagmic, and in some plants integument is also absent, so they are known as atagmic. But basically, bitagmic condition of ovule is present in most of plants and animals. So this is bitagmic condition because two integuments, outer and inner integuments are present. It is called as bitagmic condition. Two integuments. If one, then it is called as unitagmic. If absent, then it is called as ategmy. So these are some points related to initial structure. Then after integuments, another next point where we have discussed about funicle, hilum and integuments. Integuments form seed coat. After fertilization, ovule converts into seed, and seed coat are formed by two integuments, testa and tegmen. Two seed coat are present, and they are developed by two integuments. Clear, students? And this is integument part. Then you can see this middle part in which homogeneous tissues are present, or some cells are present, a group of cells, tissue. So nucellus, it is known as a nucellus. Nucellus. एम्ब्रियो सैक के बाहर की तरफ जो भी टिश्यूज है, ये वाला पोर्शन, ये क्या कहलाता है? न्यूसिलस. देन इनर साइड यू कैन सी दिस इज एम्ब्रियो सैक. एम्ब्रियो सैक. Embryo sac has 3 cells, and these are also 3 cells. Total 7 cells are present in each embryo sac, and these 3 cells in this side, it is chalaza and it is micropyle. It is a pore-like structure where integuments are absent, and this pore-like structure is known as micropyle, and this end is known as micropylar end. And then opposite of micropylar end, it is known as chalazal end, and this point is related to this part is known as chalaza. So two part, chalaza or chalazal end, and then micropyle. Micropyle pore related to germination of seed. During germination, water is absorbed and seed is germinated. So this ovule have some a small pore, micropyle, and micropyle seed pore के रूप में change हो जाता है during seed formation, and then उसी से germination start होता है. So it is also important point, micropyle. और micropylar end को क्या बोलते हैं? Micropylar end. This end is known as micropylar end, and this is chalazal end, opposite of micropyle. So these are also two important point in embryo sac. Next structure is embryo sac. You can see embryo sac at chalazal end, 3 cells are present. A group of 3 cells, it is known as a antipodal cell. Antipodal cells. So in embryo sac, 3 antipodal cells are present. And at micropylar end, egg apparatus is present, in which one egg cell and 2 synergid cells are present. And in the center, polar nucleus, 2 polar nucleus are present, which form secondary nucleus. Just before fertilization, polar nucleus convert into secondary nucleus. So these are basic structures related to megasporangium or ovule. Ovule is also known as megasporangium. So megasporangium or ovule. There are two questions. Draw a label diagram of anatropous ovule or ovule, and we can say that explain the structure of megasporangium. So megasporangium is a ovule. Clear, students? So this is the basic structure related to megasporangium or ovule. So we have discussed about these points. First point, funicle. Funicle is a ovule is attached to the placenta by means a stalk, or by a stalk it is called as funicle. बताया था मैंने अभी आपको. फ्यूनिकल स्टॉक लाइक स्ट्रक्चर है जिससे ओव्यूल प्लेसेंटा से कनेक्ट होता है. Then hilum. Hilum is point or junction between ovule and funicle. Junction between main ovule body and funicle is known as a hilum. Then next, integuments. Normally one or two integuments are present. These are envelope or these are covering or two or one envelope. So these integuments are maybe inner integument and outer integument. And if two integuments are present, this condition is known as a bitegmic. In most of angiosperm, bitegmic condition is a present, but some are unitegmic. Then micropyle. The integuments leave small opening at one end. It is known as micropyle. This end is known as micropylar, and only one opening where integuments are absent, then this pore is known as micropyle. Clear, students? Then next is chalaza. Opposite the micropylar end is known as chalaza. It is representing the basal part of the ovule. It is opposite of a micropyle pore or micropyle, and it represents two basal part of each ovule or megasporangium. Then next is nucellus. टिश्यूज encloses embryo sac. मैंने बताया था आपको टिश्यूज which encloses the embryo sac related to nucellus. It has some cells which form megaspores, and we can say that this process is known as megasporogenesis. So nucellus is related to megasporogenesis or formation of megaspores, in which only single megaspore takes part in the process of formation of embryo sac or female gametophyte. So this is another question. What is the process of development of megaspores or megasporogenesis? And what is the process of development of female gametophyte in angiospermic plants? So next we'll discuss this point. Embryo sac. Embryo sac is also known as female gametophyte. And ovule, generally single embryo sac is developed, and it is developed from megaspore through reduction cell division. Like as many cell division, we can say that normally 3 cell division, mitotic cell division takes place during the process of formation of a embryo sac. So 8 nucleus and 7 cells are present. So how many cells are present in a mature embryo sac in angiospermic plant? This is another question. How many cells and nucleus? 7 cells and 8 nucleus are present in a mature embryo sac of angiospermic plants. It is also known as polygonum monosporic type of endosperm embryo sac, in which polygonum, it is related to Polygonaceae family, and then monosporic means only single megaspore take part in the formation of embryo sac. So how many cells and how many nucleus? 7 cells and 7 nucleus are present in embryo sac. Like egg apparatus, in which micropylar end, 2 synergid cell and 1 egg cell form egg apparatus. Then filiform apparatus present in synergid cell, which is special thickening of tissues at the end of micropyle, and it guides the pollen tube, and it provides a direction to pollen tube for entry during fertilization process, during pollen pistil interaction. And then antipodal. Antipodal cells are 3 cells present towards challegal pole और challegal end. Challegal end की तरफ हमने बनाया था 3 cells का ग्रुप, वो क्या था? Antipodal cell. और 2 haploid nucleus present below the egg apparatus known as polar nucleus, and they convert into secondary nucleus just before fertilization. तो एक एम्ब्रियो सैक का जो डायग्राम है वो हम डिस्कस करते हैं कैसे बनता है. इसके बाद में नेक्स्ट टाइप्स ऑफ ओव्यूल. देयर आर सम टाइप्स रिलेटेड टू we can say that ovule structure. 6 types. First type is orthotropous, primitive type of ovule. It is orthotropous type of ovule. It is straight ovule in which micropylar pole, nucellus, micropylar pole, and funicle. These structures are present in a straight line. These are present in straight line. So it is orthotropous ovule. It is normally found in gymnosperms like as cycas plant. Cycas plant have this type of ovule, but in Piper, Piper nigrum, Piper, Piperaceae family, in which black pepper is also involved, and Polygonum family, orthotropous ovule is also present. Polygonaceae, पोलीगोनम में और पाइपरेसी फैमिली में पाइपर के अंदर ये इस तरह का ऑर्थोट्रोपस ओव्यूल देखा गया है, जो कुछ एंजियोस्पर्म्स हैं बस. बट मोस्ट ऑफ एंड जिम्नोस्पर्म्स, इट इज अ basic feature of gymnosperm in which orthotropous type of ovule we can say that present. And our angiosperm have anatropous ovule. Anatropous ovule, this is anatropous ovule in which ovule is curved at 180 degree angle. 180 डिग्री एंगल पर अगर ये घूम जाएगा, सर्कल हो जाएगा, तो इसी तरह की शेप बनेगी जो अभी अभी हमने डिस्कस की है लास्ट डायग्राम में. तो ये एनाट्रोपस ओव्यूल जो है वो 90% एंजियोस्पर्मिक फैमिली में यही पाया जाता है. याद करना इस चीज को. 90% family of angiosperms have anatropous type of ovule in which micropyle and funicle both are present closely with each other. You can say that they are present closely. तो ये दोनों पोर देख रहे हो आप, स्ट्रक्चर फ्यूनिकल एंड माइक्रोपोल, माइक्रोपाइल, ये एक दूसरे के साथ क्लोज है. एंड देन 90 डिग्री एंगल पे ये, सॉरी 180 डिग्री एंगल पे ये घूम जाता है और 90% प्लांट में ये पाया जाता है. 90% एंजियोस्पर्म्स have this type of ovule, and the ovule curved at 180 degree angle. Clear, students? And then angiospermic family, campylotropous ovule, more or less at right angle to funicle. इसमें ओव्यूल कर्व हो जाता है ज्यादा या कम 90 डिग्री के एंगल पे, और इससे उसके अंदर जो माइक्रोपाइलर एंड है वो भी बेंड हो जाता है स्लाइटली, जैसे लेग्यूमिनेसी फैमिली एंड क्रूसीफेरी फैमिली के मेंबर्स में कैम्पाइलोट्रोपस ओव्यूल भी पाया जाता है. देन हेमीएनाट्रोपस ओव्यूल में भी कर्वेचर प्रेजेंट होता है. ओव्यूल टर्न्स एट 90 डिग्री एंगल, एनाट्रोपस 180 डिग्री एंगल एंड हेमी एनाट्रोपस 90 डिग्री एंगल पे कर्वेचर होता है. इसलिए हेमी मतलब हाफ ऑफ एनाट्रोपस, 180 का हाफ कितना हो गया, 90 डिग्री एंगल पे ये फिनिकल जो है कर्व कर जाता है बॉडी के ओव्यूल के एंड राइट एंगल से, जिससे रेननकुलेसी फैमिली में देखा जा सकता है स्पेशली. Then amphitropous. It is diagram of amphitropous in which ovule as well as embryo sac is curved like a horseshoe shaped, like as lamina, poppy, Eliza, Elisma plant, in which the curvature related to embryo sac as well as ovule. तो यहाँ देखो ओव्यूल भी कर्व हो रहा है, साथ में दिस एम्ब्रियो सैक इज ऑल्सो कर्व्ड. एम्ब्रियो सैक में भी कर्वेचर हो रहा है, ओव्यूल में भी कर्वेचर हो रहा है. तो ये जो कर्वेचर है ये इसको स्पेशल बनाता है हेमी एनाट्रोपस से. इट इज एम्फीट्रोपस टाइप ऑफ ओव्यूल, और ये काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये भी पोपी प्लांट में होता है. और एक सर्सिनोट्रोपस ओव्यूल, ये देख रहे हो आप कि 80 डिग्री पे बाइंड होकर के वापस और 180 डिग्री, 180 डिग्री एंड 180 डिग्री, तो 360 डिग्री एंगल पे ये कर्वेचर हो जाता है ओव्यूल का. तो इन सर्सिनोट्रोपस ओव्यूल कर्वेचर 360 डिग्री एंगल. द ओव्यूल टर्न्स एट मोर देन 360 डिग्री एंगल, तो फिनिकल बिकम्स कोइल्ड अराउंड द ओव्यूल. तो ये ओव्यूल जो है उसके चारों तरफ फिनिकल जो है वो कर्वेचर कर लेता है. तो ये एक क्वेश्चन बनता है. ओपनशिया जो कैक्टस, ओपनशिया, कैलोट्रोपिस, ये जो डेजर्ट प्लांट है उनमें ओपनशिया के अंदर जो कैक्टेसी फैमिली का मेंबर है उसके अंदर ये जो है ओव्यूल प्रेजेंट होता है. 360 डिग्री एंगल से भी ज्यादा इसमें कर्वेचर हो जाता है. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एग्जाम्पल रिलेटेड टू ओव्यूल. But most of plants of angiospermic plants have anatropous type of ovule, second type of ovule it is present. And in orthotropous ovule you can understand that gymnosperms, basically gymnosperms have this type of ovule. Only some members like Polygonum, Piper have this type of ovule in angiosperms. So these are two main important type of ovule, and third type of ovule is Parthenotropism. But all 6 type of ovules are present in all angiosperms and gymnosperms. Okay, students. Next, what is the process of megasporogenesis? मेगास्पोरेंजियम पढ़ लिया हमने, उससे पहले ओव्यूल, जो मेगास्पोरेंजियम मतलब ओव्यूल की स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ ली, उससे पहले पिस्टल की स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ ली. तो 3 पॉइंट्स: पिस्टल, मेगास्पोरेंजियम and then megasporogenesis. That means process of formation of megaspores in megasporangium through meiosis cell division is known as megasporogenesis. So what is the process of megasporogenesis? Let's start this point. First, megasporogenesis related to megaspore mother cell. So where this megaspore mother cell is present? Nucellus, अभी हमने explain किया था, nucellus is the tissue encloses embryo sac. It is present inside the ovule, and nucellus cell जो है उनमें से एक megaspore mother cell diploid cell size में बड़ी हो जाती है. And then this micropylar end and this is chalazial end. तो micropylar end जो है उसकी तरफ एक बड़ी सेल बनती है जिसको हम मेगास्पोर मदर सेल बोलते हैं. मेगास्पोर मदर सेल, शॉर्ट में मेगास्पोर मदर cell लिखते हैं. It is diploid in number of chromosome and it is large nucleus also, and outer cell are nucellus cells. nucellus tissues हैं तो उसमें बहुत सारी cells हैं, तो जो surrounded cells हैं वो nucellus cells हैं, and it is large cell. It becomes large in size with dense cytoplasm and large nucleus, and it is called as megaspore mother cell, or it is diploid in number of chromosome, 2n number of chromosome. Then it divides by meiosis cell division, meiosis first and then meiosis second. So during meiosis first, only 2 cells are developed, only 2 cells are formed, and it is known as megaspore died. मेगास्पोर डाइड कब बनता है? जब 2 सेल्स बनती हैं. बताओ इनमें कौन सा न्यूक्लियस है? हैप्लोइड न्यूक्लियस, because meiosis first is related to number of chromosome, in which number of chromosome becomes half रह जाते हैं, हैप्लोइड नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम. So megaspore diad is formed, and after meiosis second, megaspore tetrad structure is formed. Tetrad means 4 megaspores. This process is known as megasporogenesis. It is known as megasporogenesis. The process of formation of tetrad, or we can say that haploid megaspores from megaspore mother cell through meiosis cell division in megasporangium or ovule is known as megasporogenesis. The process of formation of megaspore from diploid megaspore mother cell haploid megaspores from diploid megaspore mother cell through meiosis cell division in megasporangium or ovule is known as a megasporogenesis. Okay, तो मेगास्पोरोजेनेसिस का एक अलग से क्वेश्चन आता है. डिफाइन मेगास्पोरोजेनेसिस एंड एक्सप्लेन द प्रोसेस ऑफ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ megaspores and formation of female gametophyte or embryo sac. So first, related to megasporogenesis, this diagram is related to megasporogenesis. Okay, students. Then we'll discuss about development of mature embryo sac or development of female gametophyte. You know, female gametophyte is known as a embryo sac, or embryo sac is the female gametophyte. So what is the process of development of female gametophyte? Students, 4 megaspores are formed. 4 megaspores, and only 1 megaspore becomes functional at chalazial end, at micropylar end. We can see that only chalazial end side of a megaspore becomes enlarged in size and becomes functional, and all remaining 3 megaspores are degenerated during this process. तो मेगास्पोर्स डिजेनरेट हो गए और एक मेगास्पोर इसमें बच गया. जैसे मैं यहाँ एक डायग्राम बनाऊं कि मेगास्पोर मदर सेल थी, उससे 2 मेगास्पोर बने, डाइड बना, एंड देन 4 मेगास्पोर्स बने, टेट्राड. टेट्राड में से माइक्रोपाइलर पोल, सपोज दैट इधर माइक्रोपाइलर पोल है, ये तीनों माइक्रोपाइलर सेल्स जो होंगी, मेगास्पोर जो होंगे, वो डीजनरेट हो जाएंगे, और ये जो माइक्रोपाइलर पोल से जो चैलेजल पोल की तरफ जो मेगास्पोर है, ये क्या हो जाएगा? फंक्शनल. इट बिकम्स फंक्शनल एंड इट हैज एन हैप्लॉइड न्यूक्लियस. तो अब इसके न्यूक्लियस में डिवीजन होगा. डिवीजन से पहला फर्स्ट माइटोटिक डिवीजन. अब यहाँ म्यूसिस नहीं होगा, ओनली माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन टेक्स प्लेस ड्यूरिंग फॉर्मेशन ऑफ लास्ट एम्ब्रियो sac or in these nucleus. So mitotic cell division, it is mitotic cell division. फर्स्ट माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन से कितने न्यूक्लियस बने? 2 न्यूक्लियस बने. सपोज दैट इट इज चैलेजल पोल और इट इज माइक्रोपाइलर पोल. तो दोनों अलग अलग पोल्स पे चले जाएंगे. न्यूक्लियस, ये डिवीजन हुआ, इस न्यूक्लियस में डिवीजन हुआ और दो न्यूक्लियस बने. दोनों न्यूक्लियस में से एक इस पोल पर और एक इस पोल पे चला गया. तो यहाँ पे दो अपोजिट पोल पे न्यूक्लियस चले गए. एक तो एंटीपोडल सेल्स के लिए बनाने के लिए चैलेजल पोल की तरफ चला गया, एंड देन सिनर्जिड सेल, एग सेल बनाने के लिए एक माइक्रोपाइलर पोल की तरफ चला गया. तो यहाँ जो न्यूक्लियस है, तो ये तो मेगास्पोर बने, इट इज फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर. ओनली 1 मेगास्पोर बिकम फंक्शनल. So functional megaspores enlarge and divide by mitotic division, and its nucleus move to opposite poles. क्लियर? ये अपोजिट पोल्स की तरफ मूवमेंट कर दिया. अब दूसरा माइटोटिक डिवीजन हुआ, तो एक बार यहाँ डिवीजन हुआ, एक बार यहाँ हुआ. हाउ मेनी न्यूक्लियस आर फॉर्म्ड? 4 न्यूक्लियस, 2 at each pole. Two nucleus are developed on at each pole, and then 4 nucleus at micropylar pole and 4 nucleus at chalazial pole. So then one nucleus move toward center and one nucleus of chalazial pole and micropylar pole move towards center. एक एक न्यूक्लियस इनमें से सेंटर में आ जाएगा और सेंटर में आकर के क्या बनाएगा? पोलर न्यूक्लियस. ये न्यूक्लियस कौन से बनेंगे? 2 पोलर न्यूक्लियस. बाकी रिमेनिंग 3 न्यूक्लियस जो माइक्रोपाइलर पोल की तरफ है, माइक्रोपाइल, अगर इधर माइक्रोपाइल हम बोल रहे हैं, तो माइक्रोपाइलर पोल की तरफ क्या बनेगा? एग अपरेटस बनेगा, जिसमें से एक एग सेल और 2 सिनर्जिड सेल्स बनेंगे. तो ये मिलकर के क्या बनाएंगे? एग apparatus. Clear students? And these are antipodals or antipodal cell, and they also present in this side. It is known as chalazial pole. Chalazial pole. एक मेगास्पोर था. इट इज इनिशियल फर्स्ट फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर. इसके न्यूक्लियस ने 3 बार माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन किया, 1 by 1. एक माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन से दोनों पोल पे चले गए न्यूक्लियस. देन और इधर दोनों पोल पे डिवीजन हुआ, सेकंड माइटोटिक डिवीजन, एंड थर्ड माइटोटिक डिवीजन से 4 न्यूक्लियस बने, 4 न्यूक्लियस एट ईच पोल। एक एक न्यूक्लियस सेंटर में पोलर न्यूक्लियस बनाता है, एंड देन 3 रिमेनिंग न्यूक्लियस के चारों तरफ क्या बन गई, सेल वॉल और सेल मेम्ब्रेन, and then it converts into cell, and 3 cells related to micropylar pole form egg apparatus, in which one egg cell, 2 synergid cells are present, and at chalical pole 3 cells or 3 nucleus, remaining 3 nucleus, these are 3 nucleus, and these 3 nucleus are surrounded by cell membrane and form 3 antipodal cells. So wall formation के बाद में स्टेज में क्या बचता है, चेलिजल एंड पे 3 एंटीपोडल सेल्स, माइक्रोपाइलर एंड पे 3 cells which form egg apparatus, and remaining 2 nucleus which are present in the center known as polar nucleus. और ये जो पूरी सेल है बाउंड्रीज, it is known as central cell. It is known as a central cell. So this is the process of development of female gametophyte. After maturation फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट कैसा दिखता है, ये हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में देखते हैं. दिस इज डायग्राम ऑफ एम्ब्रियो सैक. इट इज एम्ब्रियो सैक और मैच्योर एम्ब्रियो सैक, मैच्योर एम्ब्रियो सैक, और इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज ए फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट, फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट. Clear? So it is also a question that draw a label diagram of mature embryo sac or female gametophyte. So it is diagram of female gametophyte. अब उस डायग्राम को अगर हम इस तरह से घुमा दें, माइक्रोपाइलर एंड की तरफ ये वाला पोर्शन आ गया, एंटीपोडल सेल्स चलेगी चलेजल पोल की तरफ. बताओ इसमें क्या क्या स्ट्रक्चर है, वही रिपीट हो रही है. प्लीज लुक एट बोर्ड. 2 central nucleus in which haploid chromosomal number is present are present in the center, known as polar nucleus, and polar nucleus convert into secondary nucleus just before fertilization. Before fertilization, polar nuclei convert into secondary nucleus for double fertilization. Clear? And this is central cell. Large cell, it is known as a central cell. As at the end of micropylar or at the micropylar pole, 1 egg cell and 2 synergid cells are present. They form egg apparatus. Each synergid cell have a specific tissue which is known as filiform apparatus. It provides direction to pollen tube during entry, and these are 2 vacuoles related to synergy, and this is the nucleus of a egg cell, in which first fertilization takes place, or syngamy fertilization. We can say that fusion of a male and female gametes. Fusion of a male and female gametes takes place. So this is first part, egg cell, and it is whole cell is known as a central cell. These are 3 antipodal cells. 3 antipodals, antipodal cells at the chalazial end, and egg apparatus is present at the micropylar end. Clear, students? So how many cells and nucleus are present in a mature embryo sac? 7 cells and 8 nucleus. 7 cells and 8 nucleus. So which 7 cells? First, large central cell, 1, 3 antipodal cell, total 4 हुई, and 3 cells of egg apparatus, 4 plus 3, 7 cells. So it is important topic. 7 cells. Which cells are developed in embryo sac? 3 antipodal cell, 3 cells of egg apparatus, and 1 large central cell. How many nucleus? 8 nucleus. Which nucleus? 3 nucleus of antipodal cell. 1, 2, and 3. 4, 5. 2 nucleus, polar nucleus. 5, 6. 1 nucleus related to egg cell. 7 related to 1 synergy. 8 related to second synergy. Total 8 nucleus and cells 7. This is important diagram related to structure of embryo sac. And these are two diagrams related to your NCERT book related to carpel, in which carpel is polycarpillary. Poly or multicarpillary condition. You know, carpel may be 1 in number. Then this condition is known as unicarpillary. In most of plants, we can see unicarpillary condition, but in some plants, multicarpillary condition is also present, in which more than 1 carpels are present, and this is also known as polycarpillary. And there are two conditions. First, syncarpous condition. Syncarpous, syn means jude hue, attached. If all carpels are fused with each other, then this condition is called as syncarpous condition. What is the meaning of syncarpous? If all carpels are fused with each other, it is called as syncarpous, and their ovary is known as syncarpous ovary. Clear? And if the carpels are free from each other, independent from each other, then this condition is known as apocarpus. So it is the diagram of syncarpus and it is apocarpus structure. So today we are discussing about second topic, like as carpel, megasporangium, and megasporogenesis process, in which we have to discuss about the structure of pistil, and in pistil structure of megasporangium, and then structure of uh, megaspore, functional megaspore, by which embryo sac is developed. So pistil have stigma, style, and ovary, 3 parts, and this is megasporangium or ovule, and in each megasporangium it is lowermost part, funicle, which is helpful in attachment of ovule in ovarian locule और ovarian wall with placenta. यहाँ पे जो स्ट्रक्चर होती है ये कौन सी होती है? प्लेसेंटा, जो ओवरी वॉल में होती है. देन embryo sac, in which 3 antipodal cell, 2 polar nucleus, and 2 synergid cells, and 1 egg cell. These are related to structure of megasporangium. Then this is the large diagram in which at chalazial end 3 antipodal cells are present. At micropylar end 2 synergid cells are present. 1 egg cell and 2 polar nuclei are present, which converge into secondary nucleus just before fertilization. And it is inner wall of large cell, and this large cell is known as central cell. So it is female gametophyte. Female gametophyte. Clear? And if single carpel is present, then it is called as a unicarpillary condition. It is unicarpillary condition, and it is ovule or megasporangium is carpel or pistil. Unicarpillary is unicarpillary ovule. अगर इस ओव्यूल के अंदर अगर हम बात करें कि ये ओवरी जो है वो फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद में फ्रूट में कन्वर्ट होती है, ओव्यूल ovule converts into seed and embryo sac converts into zygote and endosperm. जो एग सेल है, एग सेल में फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद में क्या होगा, एग सेल ही वो स्ट्रक्चर है जो फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद जाइगोट में कन्वर्ट होती है पोलन ग्रेन के मेल गैमेट्स से, और इसी से जो बची हुई स्ट्रक्चर है वो इस तरह से बचेगी. सिनर्जी सेल्स डीजनरेट हो जाएंगी. ओनली दे हेल्प इन प्रोवाइडिंग direction to pollen tube because they have filiform apparatus, and polar nucleus becomes large in size and they convert into secondary nucleus, and antipodal cells, these are also degenerated. So we can say that only double nucleated diploid zygote is present after fertilization because egg cell converts into zygote after fertilization, and the triploid structure is developed after fusion of second male gamete and both two nucleus. Triploid structure is developed. It is known as a endosperm. So zygote and endosperm remaining two structures are present. We will discuss in next lecture this point. And today we are discussing about different topics. And today we have discussed about carpel, megasporangium and megasporogenesis. So in next lecture we will discuss about pollination, types of pollination and fertilization. Thank you. Have a nice day.